Hey everyone, it's Kit.Nicole again. Welcome back to my little corner of the internet. So today I'm back with another Shoeboxing 101 episode. Thank you for watching the last one if you did, and welcome if you just stumbled across this video. So today I want to talk about picking out a proper box to use. If you've watched some of these other shoeboxing videos, you can see an assortment of boxes that can be used. And then there's a question of, do you want to use your own box or do you want to use an official box? It's up to you, but I'll show you what I've got. All right, so here we've got seven lovely boxes to use. If you notice, I do not actually have an official box yet. I've never picked one up before. I've just been using what I've already had it in stock. And if you're wondering why I haven't actually packed any shoe boxes yet, is because I wanted to film this video first. So let's get started. All right, so first up, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the official Go boxes, as they're called. Now, these boxes are great to use because they're already at a standard size, and OCC already knows how many of those boxes will fit in a shipping carton. So in total, you can fit about 23 of those shoe boxes into a carton, compared to some other size boxes where they can get as little as maybe 12. So that's like really only half a box full. I think Christy M said they try to aim for about 15 as a good average with all the different box sizes. But again, 23 compared to 15, it's a lot better of a number. Now, standard boxes are 12 by 7 by 4 3/8 of an inch. I'll have the centimeter measurements up front because most of the world's metric. So on the Canadian website, if you want to order your own shoe boxes to use, they do recommend doing it in quantities of 25 as a minimum. Cost per box is about 33 cents, and so it comes out to about $8.25 for shipping. You don't actually have to pay that amount. You can uncheck the box and get it shipped to you for free, but then that's an added cost to them. So you can figure out what works best for you. $8.25, that's not a big budget breaker, and you get 25 boxes. So depending on how much you pack, that can last you actually quite a few years. So there's an upside. All right, so the 7 boxes that I have here, this one, rest in peace, Sears. This one is roughly the size of a standard Go box. So my hand span is actually 7 inches, so there you go. I think it's just like a tad shorter and a tad smaller, but this is what I'll be using as my point of reference for now. Now, the official website does say that they accept boxes of all sizes. They don't turn them away, I think, unless they actually break while processing. And that's actually a concern with plastic boxes more often. The cheaper plastic will break, but apparently the Sterilite brand seems to actually hold up pretty good. And I'll show you the box size on there. So as you can tell, it's a little bit bigger than a standard box. And just roughly fit the little box that I have. One great thing about plastic boxes is it's going to last a lot longer. It has more uses, and it's something, it's a storage container that'll last a lot longer for the child. And compared to a cardboard box, downside on the packing side, it can be actually a little bit more awkward to pack because the ends, as you can see, it's slanted, bottom is rounded, and depending on the shape of the box, because a lot of them are made to be stackable, it can make packing a little bit awkward. Going with my point of reference box. So this box here, I actually got I think my boyfriend packed his Christmas present for me in this. Thumbs up if you like this sunshine. So this box came from Dollarama, and I like it because it's actually a nice sturdy cardboard. It's already pre-decorated, but as you can see, dimensions are a little bit different, so it's a wee bit shorter, but then it's also a tad wider, and as you can tell, a tad taller. So volume might actually be the same. It's just concern is how are they going to pack these later. But if you feel it suits your needs best for packing, I don't want to complain. It's like, these are really nice boxes. Now, personally, I'm not using this for my own personal packing because I'm already using this for storage. Hello. Now, next up, got this other shoebox here. And personally, I won't be using this because, again, it's much shorter, though a little bit wider. Oh, let's see. Roughly the same height, but you can definitely tell there's a loss of volume here. So comparatively, I'll probably use this as some kind of storage or use it for some other gift. Now, you may be wondering, with all the fuss of boxes, why you would use your own box. And personally, it's one way to reuse what you've got. Second, it is a little bit more, makes packing a little bit more flexible, especially if you stay within the average size. Sometimes you have just something a little bit too big, or you just want to pack that a little bit more. So it's really up to you. I just say don't go too big, which leads us to this boot box right here. So as you can see, so 7 inches, that's 14. Who knows what that is, but as you can tell, you can fit about like 2 1/3, or 2 and I think 2/3 or 3/4 of another go box. So downside with these is it goes to one child, and it's great, you can pack a lot, but then you risk jealousy when the boxes arrive, and you also want to try to reach as many children as possible. So being able to pack 3 boxes compared to 1 box, you could probably do it on the same budget. Now we've got 2 other boxes here. So as you can see, we're getting into this slightly larger area. Now, not quite as long, slightly wider, and slightly taller. And this is what, women's size 7. Now, personally, I am going to use this box for my packing. I know it is, what, about 1.25 boxes bigger, but I do have some bigger items that I want to ship. So this is one of the reasons why I'm using this kind of box. And like I just explained, sometimes you have something bigger, sometimes you have a little bit more on your heart that you want to pack. But I won't try to go beyond this size. So for example, this boot box right here, as you can see, we're now getting into about another half of one of these. And let's see, and it's wider in the back. And also a bit taller as well. So my recommendation is once you start getting into like the larger boot boxes, now it does show a bit more of a runner here, but once you get into the boot boxes, probably keep that for your own personal packing and gifts, and try to stick with something in between these. So let's see, the 7 boxes that I have here. And these 4 probably will be acceptable with packing. The other 3, you're not quite, how do I say it? Not quite going to get as much as you'd like to in that. This one, it's going to 1 child compared to 3, and this one, you could say it's going to 1 child compared to 2. So even though you can pack more, the amount of children's going to drops. All right, so what's the takeaway with after all that rambling? A good rule of thumb I would just suggest when you're picking out a box to use is try not to go over 1.5 boxes in width, because then you might as well pack two go boxes instead of 1. And it's also plastic. Again, I think it'd be wise not to go over the 5.7 liter or 6 quart bins. Yeah, because they're a little bit more awkward to pack in the cartons. And plus, don't go too small. While small is sometimes good, you still want to pack as much as you can once you really get into it. If you don't have any boxes to use right now, one suggestion that I saw, I think it was on simplyshoeboxes.com. They actually have a nice little blog post showing like what it's like to pack all the different box sizes. And they recommend, if you don't have any boxes to use, like 1, you can order from the official website, or 2, you can also order or go to a shoe store and ask if they can hold some shoe boxes for you. Because 1, they probably will have a bunch of empty boxes, and it's also nice to be able to reuse. So yeah, that's everything. Have fun with your shoeboxing, and I think now I will start packing some of my own. So stay tuned. Bye.